So let's take a closer look at the whole thing here. But I unpacked it beforehand because I had, of course, already charged the battery grip. And all the insulation and padding material is already out, but I'll still show you the entire scope of delivery. That's included here. Here's the spray head, which we already recognize from the shape of the foam sprayer. Then we have a small manual that goes along with it. We have the charged battery access. You can see it here already. Fully ready for use. Then we also have a USB cable and a small measuring cup or measuring cylinder. And we have the storage bottle. I really like it, very nice, a lot of content. Here it is provided up to 2.5 liters, so you can really spray for a very, very long time here. And also from the color, I find the container almost a bit nicer in terms of transparency than the one from the foam sprayer. And you can see that it is a completely different thread. This means you can't just swap the head and say, okay, I'll take the container and attach it to the foam sprayer. I find that a bit disappointing. They could have made it uniform because then you would have had this large storage container for the foam sprayer as well. But maybe it doesn't work anymore with this pump unit and this interaction. I don't know. But in any case, it's not compatible like this. But you have these two grip points up here. And up here, you also have these flared lines so that you have a nice grip for screwing in case you have slightly wetter hands. This whole thing is made in China and designed by Carton. And let's take a look at the rest. You can see the spray head up here. And we will also see if it can be adjusted or not. We'll see all of that in action shortly. Actually, it's super easy. Also, it has a long suction hose that goes all the way down. Then you plug it in up here. That's not a proper thread. Instead, you just push it on and give it a little twist. I think it's about 90 degrees. Exactly. So it's not a long thread that you have to screw in forever. Yes, and then all you need is the battery grip, just like you do with the foam sprayer. Plug it in, and then we can test if everything is already working. I find that the switch here works a bit more sensitively than with the foam sprayer. The pressure point is a bit different, but I could be wrong because I haven't used the foam sprayer in a few days. Definitely, it starts up quickly, and you can also hear the pump unit right away. Now let's fill this with water and take a look at the spray pattern. And I have a little bonus, and this is the 50-degree spray nozzle. We'll also test those out. That means the whole system is taken apart here at the front, and then this is screwed on. And then with this metal nozzle, you also have the option to create a different spray angle. We'll take a look at that too. But first, here's the standard version. Costs just under €8, 79.90 I believe. And here, you'll also have an additional charge. So this is an optional part, and it costs a little over €10. That means you'll be looking at around 92 to 95 euros with the Duo, but I'll show you the exact prices on the side here. So now let's take a look at it. How does the spray pattern look? How powerful is it? And all the other information. I once filled it with 2.5 liters of water, and I thought that this wasn't all that easy. So you can definitely feel the 2.5 kilos plus another, I think 500 or 600 grams from the foam sprayer. Well, that goes beyond 3 kilos. Sure, you can put as much in as you like, but you don't have to. And we've already noticed with the other false sprayers that if we work with the false sprayer here, we don't need it at all. 2.5 liters of liquid, now specifically for vehicle care, but you can put in as much as you want and need, and of course that also reduces the weight, of course, but I just went ahead and filled in the 2.5 liters. And this is regular water in here. Let's test how it sprays. So you have a very nice fogging spray. I really like it. So you can really tighten the nozzle quite a bit and you'll get a very nice mist. I can adjust this here again so you can see it well. So with water, it's absolutely problem-free. You can hear the pump unit. You can hear this high-pitched humming, but I don't find it annoying or anything. But you can definitely hear it. And unlike the pressure sprayer that I showed you a few days ago, and it's so quiet you can't even hear it. So you can't hear the pump body at all. Working, the spraying is louder. Like the pump noise, it's exactly the opposite here. It was such that you heard the spraying more than the pump, but here it's exactly the opposite. But it's definitely not annoying or anything, it's not a loud screech. That's totally fine. But you can definitely hear it. But personally, it wouldn't bother me. Now let's add a bit of pre-cleaner and see how it behaves. And you can really notice the easy handling. I think most people will just grab it from the bottom, but you can also easily hold it from the top. Hold the bottle and just unscrew the cap. And then let's add a bit of the pre-cleaner. I think in the last spraying video, we also had 60 ml for about 2 liters. And we will do the same thing here now. I hope I still get 60 ml out. Now let's pour this in here. So now you can already see that there's a light foam formation on the surface or bubble formation, so the product is good to go, but it can also be sprayed without any issues. It's not as extreme a mist anymore, like when you set it to full mist. On full mist setting, it's become a bit more scented, but it is still the case that you can easily, you can spray the pre-cleaner on here. So that's definitely completely fine. What I definitely notice is that if you have a bit of wet fingers, you might slip over this nozzle adjustment here, but you don't adjust it every second here. You just set your spray pattern once, and then you usually let it sit. But that's definitely a point I've noticed, but it will probably rarely affect you. Yeah, you can really feel it now. If you've tightened it a bit too much, you lose a bit of grip, but now it's working again. So for the pre-cleaner mixture, it's really no problem at all. But the question is whether this pressure sprayer can also be used for... If you can use it for wheel cleaning or preparing to spray the wheel cleaner. So now I have to hold it a bit at an angle so that the hose is nicely down in the wheel cleaner, but it's still enough. So now let's test it again. I'm going to spray directly onto the surface here. I need to hold it a bit at an angle. And then you saw that very clearly. As soon as the water was out, the spray pattern collapsed immediately. So here, there's no chance. I'm going to change the adjustment a bit now. So here, with the finest setting, it looks like this. It looks just like the other pressure sprayer we had before. These sprayers have trouble with a bit of thick product, but that's actually not a thick gel yet, but it applies to all pressure sprayers. They have their difficulties with that. I'm going to turn it up a bit more, but then it actually becomes even more centered. So here you have it right. This dots on the surface. So I don't think it's suitable for wheel cleaner in that regard. You can use any other pressure sprayer for that. It doesn't offer any spraying advantage here due to the extra cost when it comes to spraying thick substances or somewhat gel-like products. In my opinion, it's not suitable for that. And with that, we can go ahead and test it directly. What happens if we connect the alternative thing here? If you look at it like this, it looks like a nut for changing wheels. But no, that's the nozzle. And I don't want to damage the packaging unnecessarily. It definitely looks more high quality because we have everything made from a really nice metal here, so it definitely gives a better and more valuable impression. It has metal, so it definitely gives a better and more valuable impression. I'm pretty sure that nothing needs to be changed up front. That's why I'm screwing this directly on here. What I notice here is we don't have here any ribbing, no grip groove or anything. That means if you have wet hands here, you completely slip off the part. So you really have to make sure that your hands are clean and dry so that you can do it really well. Install it. I'm going to screw it on completely. So let's test it out. The nozzle is now at the front here. It's angled, but you can change it however you like. But that's enough for now. Let's see how it sprays now. And since we have to hold it at an angle anyway, it makes sense for the nozzle to be angled too, so we can have a straight spray pattern. The battery grip slipped out a bit, but now it's working again. So here, the current change will not necessarily make things better here. But we don't have the option to adjust it further here, because I'm already at the limit. That means the nozzle isn't really suitable for wheel cleaner either. Sure, it can be sprayed, but the spray pattern looks a bit different. And it also has a very high product consumption. Look, I don't have much left down here. So now we're switching back to the pre-cleaner with the nozzle. So now let's take a look at it. It's thick. And now you rinse out the wheel cleaner. So, with a pre-cleaner product, that definitely works again. That works, it's thin enough. With that, we've actually tested everything so far. I really have to say I don't see the big advantage of this nozzle that much. I'm going to put it back together again. Oh, that works. With nozzle, I find it completely sufficient. I actually wouldn't need the alternative nozzle for this pressure spray pre-cleaner variant. In the user manual, we also find a few notes on the topic of warranty. I'll just show you this a bit here so that you're fully informed. And down here, we also have the interesting stuff. So this thing works here, 55 to 60 PSI. That is a little less than the foam spray, but a spray like that doesn't actually need such extreme pressure because, as you've seen, it still sprays 600 grams of its own weight, plus another 2.5 kilos, so that's over 3 kilos. The total weight makes sense depending on how much you fill it. 2000 mAh battery, 2.5 liter container capacity. And you have that again. All further information is here on the page. Also, everything is actually included here as well. So you'll find all the information there and you can read through it at your leisure. Basically, the whole system explains itself. So, in terms of performance, it does exactly what it's supposed to do in the area of water and pre-cleaners. But as soon as it becomes a bit thicker, you simply have the problem that the small pump motor or the entire pump unit simply doesn't have enough power to spray it at all. But as already mentioned with many other pressure sprayers, you simply have the problem here that these models simply don't stand a chance because it's too thick, even though a normal spray head can still handle it. This means that in principle you can spray water and your slightly mixed mixture, pre-cleaner. Now, let's get to the point. This thing, it costs $79.90, just under 80 euros. And in that area, there are already a lot of models on the market that can do exactly the same thing. They can't spray thick liquids either, but still, they can spray perfectly thin liquids. At a price, we talked about it a few days ago, it's 22 euros. And here I have to say one thing clearly, I really feel like I'm missing some added value with this thing. You can share your opinion about it down below. Except that there's really a nice large container attached to it. I'm really missing the added value here. In some cases, yes, we can actually talk about a price that's almost 4 times higher. The only thing I would see as a bit of added value here is really the large storage container. Here we have a bit more volume available. But I think we also saw in the last video that we don't really need, you need the 2.5 or 2 liters. I think you can easily get by with 1 to 1.5 liters in a car. That means you probably won't use this large area most of the time, but it's available. That's definitely a point of added value. Otherwise, for me personally, the added value is getting a bit tight, especially considering the almost 4-fold added value. So, in the end, it's your decision. It works in the area of water and pre-cleaner. What I also have to say is I find it here at the front. Can you adjust the nozzle? Still, adjusting it means you can switch between a fine mist and a targeted spray. With this thing, you have 50 degrees, and you also saw the spray pattern with the pre-cleaners. I wouldn't need this thing. That's also another cost, I believe. Around 12 to 13 euros, I could check that again. But honestly, I wouldn't say this part is worth it to me. I would need this for my work, which is not for cleaning vehicles and everything that comes with it. So I'm just going to put this back nicely. So that keeps us at a total unit price of around 80 euros. And for me, that's just a bit too little. But you can write your opinion about the device down below. Because, well, it works for the pre-cleaning, but I just don't understand the extremely high price. And these days people also try to save a little money. So the real question is, for the price, does this part offer any added value compared to something I would normally pump up? Sure, I can just press the button and it sprays, but with one that I pump, I don't have to pump for long if I fill it up. And then it also sprays for a really long time. We've seen that with pressure sprayers because they don't push out as much air as a foam sprayer, because the work is only done with the product that's in the container down here. That means a regular, manually pumped pressure sprayer. You don't need to pump much, and you still have a long spray duration. That's why it's worth it here again. I have to say, not for me personally, I'm putting this thing back together now. We can also gladly make a comparison with other pressure sprayers. If you want to see something specific, feel free to write it down below. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what else we should really test with it, because I've shown you the function, you know the equipment, you know the price, you know the spray performance. You can see how it changes depending on the product. So actually, we've already taken a detailed look at the whole thing here. But if you have something specific, feel free to write it down below. And then I'd love to do a part 2 or something, but I think you are now well informed for the time being. Your opinion down in the comments about this part, about this pressure sprayer, me know down below. Thank you much for watching. Your Sebastian. Until next time, guys.